Fresh produce food sector is under pressure already. Ready meal and sandwich makers, as well as organic suppliers, are seeing a downturn in sales. Also under commercial pressure are any organisations that have a high level of capital investment or significant exposure to one customer. And those businesses need to start planning now for the changed economic environment we're in. Well, I suggest the first thing they do is revisit their strategy and think what changes they would make in the light of the recession. Widen the range of customers that you sell to. As we know, customers require different quality ranges for the different sectors they sell to. Tesco, for example, has finest right down to the value range. If you have customers that cover that quality spectrum, then whatever quality produce you're receiving from your suppliers, you can put it into the best market, which gives the best return back to your supply base. If you're offered the opportunity to supply more volume to an existing customer where you have a good relationship and already have the logistics and the distribution chain, then it's quite easy to do so. But if that doesn't fit with what you should be doing strategically, and if it exposes you even more to a single customer, then it isn't necessarily the right thing to do, and you can say no to a retailer. When the recession is over, the produce companies that looked after their grower base will come out the stronger. In the same way as to reduce risk with your customer base, ideally widen your grower base and work collaboratively with it during these difficult times. Operational flexibility will be key. Capacity could be moving around within the industry. Stay nimble, be careful not to overinvest in facilities. Instead, lease them or look at more flexible options. As you know, margins can change very quickly in the fresh produce industry. Measure margin daily or at least weekly and review that profitability by customer and by product line. It's important to scrutinise performance even more than ever before. You don't need lots of key performance indicators. Focus on the key ones that will make a crucial difference to the bottom line. Carry out an ongoing review of costs, but be specific rather than generic. Don't put off difficult decisions. Plan for this recession to be long and tough. Of course, cash is king now more than ever. I suggest you keep a cash flow for the forthcoming 13 weeks and use it to actively manage your cash, not just looking back in time, but looking forward. Of course, part of that process will be looking at your credit control processes. Make sure that you've done everything necessary to make sure your customer pays you on time. If you do forecast cash pressures ahead, then prepare a recovery plan and discuss it with your bank manager as soon as possible. You need to look like you're in control of your business and what that future holds. With banks being more prudent, it's harder to raise quick finance. So the sooner you can have that conversation, the better it will be received. And finally, people. As we know in this sector, people work very hard at short notice to get produce out of the door and serve their customer to the highest standards. Look after your people in this environment where you can. With their support, you will survive and thrive in these circumstances.